Greoux 2022 Masters, 40 years old and plus. I'm starting the race at the back for a bit of fun as always.
Last first challenge.
In we go to turn 1, and my plan is to go up the inside. The space opens up. I'm running with my bike here because I can't steer a bike tightly, and I thought I could just run around this corner, but oh my word, completely blocked in. Get going, jump on.
So much, Pat.
I've made up only 4 places in turn 1.
That's tough. Let's straight barriers.
Heading into the barriers now, usually a good part of the course for me. With my running shoes on, just no space on the outside in that turn. Looking up the inside, not happening. Down the middle, and I'm going to carry my bike through this section because I'm just looking for anywhere I can go, left or right. And on the right, in orange, a bit too close, bumps tires, and that leaves me the gap. So I jump onto the bike here. Made up quite a few places there. The rider in the yellow and blue, one of these two, knows the YouTube channel. They said, "Hi Tom." As I come around here, I see there's a big gap opening up, so I'm just gonna have to move into it to keep in the train. Now this section is the zigzags. Very good fun at Greoux. Do you go on the inside or the outside line to gain places? Well, the rider in head goes on the inside and he gets shut down, so I take the outside, pick up a place. And the rider ahead goes on the inside. It looks like it's working, opens up the door for me to gain 2 places. So there's no right or wrong answer to inside or outside. It just depends on the situation and how things happen. These are some little bumps coming up. This is all on Tom's course, and if you're too close to the rider in front, like the rider ahead of me is, you can bump into the rider ahead, stopping you. I communicate with the rider behind me, let him know I'm leaving a gap, and I'm going to have to run this next bit.
I can do that because I did. Yeah.
So I ran that bit, made up a place. The guy wasn't happy with that move, I don't think, but looking back at my footage from yesterday, me and him were battling back and forth, and quite often I was running past him and then he would cycle past me, so he was probably a bit annoyed to be there again the next day next to the same rider. These turns were strangely wetter than they were in practice, maybe from the bike washing. Really almost crashed there a few times. And Tom's course turns right down onto the road, and now this has gone onto the adult section. And these bumps were savage and I rode them too fast and my chain is off. So I pull over politely to the side, put it back on and lose 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. One of those riders crashes on a very round rock. The rocks here are from the river on our right. I think it's the Verdon, and the rocks are well worn, rounded, quite slippy if you ride on them. Now this hill is hard to ride up. Apparently in previous years when it was wet it was even harder. But today the grip was there, but it's still a steep climb. Now I can see the gap is opening up in front of the rider in blue, but I'm saving my energy for later in the race. It's easy to say, bang, let's just pass that guy now, because he's not really keeping up with the others, but from my experience, it's better just to save the energy. And another reason I'm not worried about closing this gap is because I know there is a nasty piece of circuit coming up. There's a steep uphill which I know on lap 1 is going to be chaotic, so quite happy to leave a bit of a gap here, have a breather, trying to turn on the gravel, wait for the grass where the grip is to turn. So I'm going to show you the whole of lap 1 so you know the course. This was quite scary, but after a few times I found my line because there's like a root drop, rocks, down here, changing gear, click, click, click. And this is the uphill, and immediately someone's kind of stuck on it. So I chose to run the side, This guy looks quite big, gonna go around him, gonna run around this guy as well. And that move wasn't a good move, that one. Probably should have slotted him behind the dark blue rider, but after my chain incident I was pretty desperate to get back into where I was. So these two riders ahead of me I've been riding against in previous races this year, so I know they've got good pace. The guy in green has beaten me every single race this year. This session was quite bumpy. I wasn't expecting overtakes on it. I was trying to be smooth. That's a great pass. Good move. Just trying to be smooth, not break the bike. No punches or chain off. And without really pedaling hard, we're already caught up this little group. 4 riders ahead of me. And this downhill section, this left-right, was quite tricky because if you lock up the back wheel you can't rotate the pedals, the cranks, so I got it quite good by the end of the race. A few steps to run up. And for some reason every time there's space on the left here so I could run past people. Run, jump on, there's a chain off for them. And this guy in the blue yesterday, he was really fast on the road sections. You can see he's already going hard. Was that say 8 laps to go? I didn't even look how many laps. All the races are meant to be 40 minutes, but they tend to be around 45 minutes long. And if you finish far back like me, they can be as long as 49 minutes. Now on the barriers, I knew I was going to make up the place there. Yesterday, that guy was not as fast as I was on the barriers. In these turns, I felt I was pretty quick. Caught up this guy, decided to make a move before the bumps. With my BMX background, I felt I was faster than the others on these bumps. Ah, my friend from Cavaillon broke his chain at the quick link. Now the kids are watching me here, Tom is watching, so I'm going to actually ride up this whole hill, which I felt hurt my riding muscles. I mean, it was a bit faster, maybe like a second faster than running, but it was a bit too much high effort. Torgadan team guy. And then I'm back behind this guy. I was behind him on lap 1. Trying to look for this move that Tom liked in his race. Nice, so P23 now. The corners are getting slippier and slippier. Later in the lap, catching up a group of riders. So I'm making plans to overtake. The wind blows the tape. And I crash. I'm going to show you a replay. The wind blows the tape under the handlebar. And then I'm locked in. I get hit the metal bit and I'm falling slowly, trying to ride with my body on the bars. I give a bow to the crowd and I set off. I actually fell over in front of like so many people then. Up the climb, the adrenaline got me a space, and this rider in yellow I reckon I'm going to get soon.
Yeah, film it.
So yeah, chain off again, so that's 2 chain offs
Okay,
and a
dude.
crash. So far, not a good race, and so the riders I was planning to overtake just ahead of me there are now long gone, so I'm not feeling great. 4 more laps to go, and it kind of takes my buzz out of my legs to like keep going. So obviously pick up a place on the barriers. The guy communicated with me there to say, go on, you go. Catch up this dude and just say, right, I'm going to pass you because this is the zone where I'm going to be fast. This guy was almost stopping up this climb. I had to leave a gap on that bit because I knew he was going to be slow, and then I go for the pass, which kind of hurt a little bit, but up into P22, and then I'm kind of catching up the rider I was behind before my misfortunate events. This guy in green comes past. We communicated again. I said I'm staying on the left so he could make the pass. Here I push up the hill and jump back on, and you can see the loss isn't that much. This corner I was having to take super careful. 3 laps to go, and I'm making up the time in the corners. But these two guys were battling, heading a bit faster. And as I jump on here, can I get into a slipstream? Nope. 2 laps to go. Make up a lot of time on those barriers every single lap. Probably a back marker, important to say. We're coming through. Up again, I push up. And yeah, it does lose a bit of time, but it's not so bad. Okay, this time I'm a bit closer, and I'm going to try and get onto his wheel. And this will be the bell lap, the last lap. And so hopefully I'm going to make an overtake on this guy, and on the barriers he does a great job. Really good fast get on and holds his place. I was expecting to easily get past there. While I was making my plan for my next overtake, the chain is off. And although I'm getting pretty quick at putting back on the chain, you can see it's lost me a lot of time, and now I'm having to ride super smooth. I've already lost my chain through this bit, so I need to be super smooth. I've lost the chain again down here. That's the 5th time. Lose a spot, and this is getting bad. So somehow get up the hill with no run up. And through here someone started to try and overtake me, so I suddenly picked up the pace. I was so scared of losing the chain again, trying to be smooth, and then catching up with this guy. And then I know Tom's team and Tom's watching, so let's see if we can make up this final place. To the line, and that's 22nd position, pretty far back, isn't it? Oh dear. 5 chain offs and a crash, but I felt I did the best I could do, which is only P22, not even top 10. Wow, there's some fast riders. I don't know, I think I put in a pretty good race there. Probably my best ride of the year so far, but maybe my worst result. Anyway, good fun cyclocross. That's a nice dog. Survived again. I'm going to be modifying the bike to keep the chain on. And loads of good fun. It was a good thinking game on lap 1. It's just really good fun. Bike riding, craziness, action. Love it. Around 2022.